When your cat purrs, do you actually know what that means? Yes, it feels comforting, soft, peaceful, like your cat is simply happy being close to you. But behind that gentle sound, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the most emotionally intimate things your cat can do. And if you misunderstand it, which most owners do, you might miss what your cat is truly trying to tell you in their most vulnerable moments. Let's start with what that behavior really means. Have you ever heard your cat purring and thought, they're just happy, nothing more? Most people think purring is only about comfort, a simple signal that everything is okay. But here's what's actually happening. Purring is not just happiness, it's a language. Cats use it in different emotional states. When they're relaxed, yes, but also when they're uncertain, overwhelmed, or even in pain. Think about that for a second. The same sound that comforts you can also be your cat asking for comfort. Your cat isn't just expressing a feeling, they're trying to regulate it. And by the way, if your cat ever starts purring in moments that feel unusual, like when they're hiding, not moving much, or acting differently, don't brush it off. We'll come back to what that really means later, and it's something most owners wish they understood sooner. Because this is where most owners get it wrong. They assume one meaning, but your cat is saying much more. Have you ever noticed how your cat's purr affects you? Not just emotionally, but physically. Most people assume it's just in their head, but here's what's actually happening. A 2015 study from the University of Sussex found that cat purring can trigger a caregiving response in humans, similar to how we react to a baby's cry, but in a softer, more calming way. And it doesn't stop there. Animal cognition research shows that the frequency of a cat's purr, usually between 25 and 150 hertz, can actually promote relaxation and even support healing. Think about that. Your cat's purr isn't random. It's tuned. It's something that can slow your breathing, reduce your stress, and shift your emotional state. And here's where it gets even more powerful. This means your cat's purr doesn't just reflect how they feel, it influences how you feel. So when your cat purrs near you, they're not just experiencing comfort, they're creating it for both of you. Have you ever felt your cat purring while pressing their body against you or gently touching you? Most people see it as affection, but here's what most people don't realize. Cats combine purring with scent. They have scent glands around their cheeks, their paws, and along their body. Researchers who study feline behavior call this scent layering. Here's what's actually happening. When your cat purrs while touching you, they're creating a shared identity. Their scent mixes with yours. Their sound surrounds that moment. Think about that for a second. Your cat is building a space where both of you belong, not separate, together. You're not just someone they like, you're part of their safe environment, part of their emotional world. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Have you ever wondered where purring actually comes from? Why cats developed something so specific, so rhythmic? Most people don't think about it, but here's what's actually happening. Purring starts when cats are just days old. Kittens purr while nursing. It's one of the first ways they communicate safety and comfort. Behavioral scientists have observed that mother cats respond by purring back, creating a feedback loop of reassurance. Think about that. Purring is not just a behavior. It's one of the earliest emotional connections your cat has ever experienced. And here's where it gets even more meaningful. When your cat purrs with you, they're using that same early life language. They're bringing you into something deeply rooted, something primal, something safe. And that means they see you as part of that safety, not just a companion, but a source of comfort. Have you ever noticed your cat doesn't purr the same way with everyone? Maybe they stay quiet around guests, but with you, they relax, they settle, they purr. Most people assume cats are just selective, but here's what's actually happening. Studies on domestic cats reveal that vocal behaviors like purring are strongly tied to familiarity and trust. Cats don't express vulnerable behaviors around just anyone. Think about that for a second. Purring requires relaxation. It requires a lowered guard. It requires trust. So when your cat chooses to purr around you, they're choosing you. Not randomly, not casually. They believe you're safe. They believe you understand them. They believe you won't harm them in that unguarded moment. And that belief is the foundation of your bond. Here's what most owners never realize. Sometimes your cat purrs not because they feel good, but because they're trying to feel better. Have you ever seen your cat purring while they're resting quietly, maybe not moving much or acting slightly off? Most people think it's a sign that everything is fine. But here's what's actually happening. Research has shown that the frequency of a cat's purr can stimulate healing, helping reduce pain, repair tissue, and support recovery. Think about that. Your cat might be using their purr as a tool, a way to stabilize themselves, physically, emotionally. Remember earlier when I said unusual purring shouldn't be ignored? This is what I was talking about. Because sometimes that soft, calming vibration is your cat trying to cope, trying to regulate something inside them that doesn't feel right. And emotionally, that changes everything. Because now it's not just comfort, it's effort. It's your cat doing something to take care of themselves while still staying close to you. Now here's something even deeper. Have you ever felt your cat purring while sitting quietly beside you, not asking for attention, just being there? That presence, that quiet closeness, most people overlook it. But here's what's actually happening. Animal behavior studies show that shared calm states, where two individuals exist peacefully without direct interaction, are a strong indicator of trust. Think about that for a second. Your cat doesn't always need to touch you, or look at you, or interact constantly. Sometimes being near you is enough. And the purring in that moment, that's your cat saying, "I feel safe here," without needing anything else. That's not dependence, that's comfort. That's quiet trust. Now here's something even more important. What happens when your cat suddenly stops purring? No gentle vibration, no quiet connection. At first, it might feel like nothing. But here's what's actually happening. Veterinary behavioral studies show that changes in vocal behavior, especially a decrease in purring, can signal stress, discomfort, or emotional withdrawal. Think about that. The sound that once filled your quiet moments was a signal, a connection, a shared state. So when it disappears, it matters. This is where most owners get it wrong. They notice the sound when it's there, but they ignore it when it's gone. And sometimes that absence is the message. So if your cat stops purring, pay attention, not with panic, but with awareness. Because your cat might be telling you something has changed without ever making a sound. So when your cat purrs, do you actually know what that means? It's not just happiness. It's not just comfort. It's not just a simple sound. It's communication. It's connection. It's trust. It's your cat sharing something real with you, something they don't give easily. That's not small. That's deeply personal. And that quiet vibration you feel, it was never just a sound to them. And it shouldn't be small to you either.